Hi guys, this is Shahadat, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about the argument that Jaggi Vasudevji brings forward about or to prove the non-existence or impossibility of actually enjoying anything in the heaven. And I actually don't agree with that, and I'm going to present to you a couple of examples of why his argument actually doesn't make too strong a sense. I mean, it's a weak argument. So let's first listen to what his argument is, and then I'll take you through my explanation of why I think this argument is not really a very strong one. So let's start.
You left your body here and went to heaven. What is in heaven? You must know. You know what's in heaven? Oh, you must know your body. In Hindu heaven, food is good. If you're a foodie, that's where you go. In another place, there are white-gowned ladies floating around in the clouds. If you like that kind of ambience, you go there. In another place, you'll encounter virgin problems. If that's what you're looking for, that's where you go. But one thing is, you left your body here and went to heaven. You don't have a body. What do you do with good food and virgins?
So that's his argument, and so the examples that I'm going to bring in front of you, I think those are very simple examples. What I'm trying to prove here or show to you, I shouldn't say prove, what I'm trying to show to you, or what I'm giving you the reasons of why I think body is not really a requirement to have experiences. So just think about your most favorite food. You have had it, you had it in the past, so you know exactly how it tastes. And if you think about it immediately, you actually experience that taste to some extent in your mind. Now, the food, are you eating it at the moment? No. Is it touching your sensors? No. But you are still experiencing the taste, the fragrance, the flavor. You are experiencing it. And so it basically goes to show that to experience something, it is not a necessary condition that you have to have contact with one of the senses. Sensor in this particular case, I'm talking about the tongue. Tongue is the sensor that senses taste. Now, the food doesn't have to touch my tongue right now for me to experience the taste of this food right now. Hope you got the idea. So that's one example, and let's talk about another example. Say your best friend. After a long time, you were somewhere and then you came back, and your best friend came to meet you, and as soon as he or she saw you, it came running and gave you a hug, and immediately you felt a strong connection, a strong bond. Now, as soon as you have thought about this experience, did you realize that you actually felt the same experience once again? So your friend is not here. Your body is actually not touching their body. You are not giving them a hug at this point, but you still can experience it. So this basically goes to show that you don't have to have physically these things happening for you to experience the experience. To experience the experience. So, if we understand that, then let's take it to the heaven concept. In the heaven, your body obviously didn't go to the heaven. The body was left behind on the earth. So the only thing we can understand that went to the heaven is your mind. Mind in the sense that your soul, mind, whatever you call it, the collection of all the memories that you have in this or had in this world. And that entity, I don't, because it's not a physical entity, it's a metaphysical entity. I'm just showing like a abstract shape. So this thing, mind, your mind or my mind, it goes to the heaven. Heaven itself is a place which is not a physical thing. It is a metaphysical idea. So your metaphysical soul went to the metaphysical heaven. Now, the rules in the heaven do not have to be same as the rules of our physical world. So that's why the concept of somebody floating, it doesn't sound like impossible, because we are talking about a concept which is not physical. So we are not worried about gravity pulling them down. Okay. So if we accept up to that, then your mind is in there. Is it very difficult for your mind in that case to just think about the experience, the taste of the foods that you had, and just extending that idea a little bit? If you look closely, you can see that we are leaving the body behind and something which is metaphysical, which we don't know exactly what it is made of, what it is, whether it's made of anything at all. This thing is leaving our body and it is going to the heaven, transcending the barrier between the physical world and the metaphysical heaven. So once it goes there, think about it. If that is accepted, if we accept that, then we are bound to accept the concept of God, somebody who brought this mind to existence, who made this mind to hold all the experiences and experience all the actions that we are doing. So once that soul goes to the heaven, will it be very difficult for this God to give this soul experience of whatever it is, mating with a virgin, having fabulous food, the best food as they can remember? Will it be impossible for that God to cause this experience to enter this soul? Will it be impossible for this for God to cause this soul to experience things in a even though it's not a physical thing as we refer to in the earth? So I mean, if you think about it deeply, and if we accept the concept of a soul or a mind, which we cannot prove. I cannot prove that you have a soul. You cannot prove that I have a soul. But we accept, we individually, we feel we have a soul. And one reason we then assume that you have a soul and you think I have a soul is because we expect certain behaviors, and we see those behaviors, and that tells us that there is a soul. We cannot see the soul, but based on these reasons, we accept the soul to be there. So if we accept all these, then accepting the idea that there is, you will go to the heaven, and without a body, you will be able to experience whatever experience is available out there. I don't see why that is going to be impossible. So hopefully you will be able to think about it deeply and see if what I'm saying actually makes sense. If it doesn't, probably explain in a comment why it doesn't, so that I can learn a bit more and correct my understanding about this whole concept. So with that, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye.